Hey, my name's Ellen, and I wanted to create a little space for us to talk about values and living out the best versions of ourselves. I don't know about you, but I desire that. I desire to live out the best version of myself. I want that for others. I want to engage with people who are living out the best of themselves. We all know when we have been living life as ourselves or with others who are just dissatisfied and cranky and frustrated and feeling like nothing can go right. And so I want to spend a little time talking about values and what are our core values. And many of us have, actually, all of us have 5 core values that we live out just in who we are. So, values are not things that we want to be true of ourselves, they are not the things we think we should be. They are how God has created us to be, and they're unique to helping us live out the best versions of ourselves. And so many of us have actually already automatically created our lives around these things. So we've enjoyed, you can think of many probably instances, especially now that we're living in a pandemic, which is still really hard for me to believe that that's true, but it is true. We're living in a pandemic. We've basically had things removed from our lives, right? And so we're feeling this like rub of we're not living out of some of our values. And eventually we kind of move to a place of where we just kind of put things in our lives that make us kind of happy or help us live out of who we are indirectly. And so what I'm suggesting is that you spend some time with me to consider what does it look like for me to put words to and honor my values? And I'm not talking about taking a list of the things that, I like this. I'm not talking about taking a checklist. What I'm talking about is spending time and discovering what are those words? What are those phrases that are meaningful to you? And my desire is that you would move from a place of, I used to be able to do this, but recognizing what was underneath the thing that you participated in and be able to live out your best version, whether you're sitting at home in the pandemic or got your dream job, or interacting with the people that just, you're like, I'm thriving in life. What does it look like to thrive in whatever season? And I truly, truly, truly am passionate. If you can't hear it in my voice yet, I'm passionate about helping people live out of that in whatever season they're in. And so I would love to share an example for you of a client that I had the privilege of kind of talking about one of those core values with. And so just a little backstory. So this client had moved from going to a regular office and having a very stable job to working from home. And they also had a new baby. So there was a lot of like new things happening. And so they're just feeling dissatisfied. Like, I don't think this thing is for me. And you may actually be feeling that now. You're working from home. There are things happening, right? And so we sat with that for a little bit. And long story short, one of the things that we wanted to press into, because it kept coming up, was this idea of basketball with people. And as we sat with that, we discovered that one of his values is being outside with others. And the season of life that he was in did not allow for basketball anymore on his lunch break. And so as he sat with that, there was a discovery that this is my value. And how can I make a shift into living out of that in the current season? And so he came up with some ways to live out of that value. And one of the ways he discovered was if he could take his new baby out for a walk in the morning, then his day looked different. And he began to see a shift in how he was feeling about life because he was honoring this value. And I will say that when you're able to give words to and honor a value, it changes other relationships as well. For any of you watching, if you are a mom of a newborn, then you may understand that it is a gift to have someone say, can I just take the baby from you so you can sleep for a little bit? But it changes relationships. There's no way that did not improve a relationship. For sure it did. And so what I want to challenge you with is to do the beginning step of this. What does it look like for the next couple days to make a list of the things that you once had that you no longer have that is just like frustrating you, right? make that list as long as you want it to, but sit with it and recognize throughout the day, throughout the next couple of days, what are the things that just drive you nuts, or that you're missing, or you're grieving, or you're just angry that they're not a part of your life. And as you do that, and with that, sit the next kind of moments and think, are there any things that pop out that I've seen multiple times on this? And then dig a little deeper. Begin asking yourself more and more, what was it about that thing? What was it about this event? Like, what was it about basketball that I miss in the example I shared? I'd love to share. I'd love to keep engaging with you and share a couple more videos and helping move us to the place of discovering these 5 core values. For some people, it might take a week to discover some of these. You've already done a little work in this area. For some, it could take even up to a year. This is really a pace that you create. And you know what? Apparently we have time now that we're in a pandemic. The bottom line is, I would love all of us to come out of this pandemic as versions of ourselves that we can be proud of, and words that we can say, I know how to live out the best version of myself in whatever season, whatever pandemic is dropped in my lap. And please look forward to more videos like this. If you want to connect with me, ellenflemingcoaching.com, 1M in Fleming, ELLEN, FLEMING. I'd love to hear if this video was significant to you, if it helped you. And please, please, please let me know if there are ways that I can help serve you. I'm looking forward to all of us being able to recognize and honor and give words to the things that we live life by, and making our transitions into different seasons, ones where we can be proud of. We can be proud of the self that we showed up as. So thanks for this time, and I'm looking forward to being with you again.